That's it.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Today's matchup should be interesting. The Falcons are top 10 in converting on third down, and they'll be up against the Dolphins defense that wants to make quick stops. With that, it's time to hook up with our commentators in the booth. So we'll turn it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL. The National Football League is here and on the air. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Miami Dolphins. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Falcons team as they interplay. They come in with some fresh legs as they got the week off last week thanks to the early season bye.
And usually you hope your bye comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get fresh legs back, you take that time and you run with it.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, they come in off the very rare tie a game ago.
And it'll be interesting to see what their mindset is going into this game. Sometimes that can be a deflator, and sometimes that can just really make you mad and more determined the next time out.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. It's Drake. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
Here we go now.
On second down, here's Cutler. And over the middle, this is Parker. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be third down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but, boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down.
I better raise my voice a little bit here because one thing we can already tell, even in the first year in the league with this new stadium, it's going to get loud in this place.
Yeah, the old place was loud, but I think we're getting a sense that this place is going to be louder.
Yeah, they're riding that momentum of that 2016 team that finished their year in the Super Bowl.
This will be fielded at the 17. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They'll be led out by the number 1 overall pick of the 2008 draft, the man they call Matty Ice, quarterback Matt Ryan.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It's too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Good luck trying to get your running game going against Ndamukong Suh. I mean, he is so strong. Just trying to move him, take one guy, 2 guys, whatever. I wish you a whole lot of luck. He usually converts an offensive running game into rubble.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Ndamukong Suh. With a great push up front, he picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Well, there was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
So the sack pushes him back, and now third and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up fourth down.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Dolphin football. And out come the Dolphins now. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Throwing now, Cutler on first down. And he's got his man on the out route. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Six yards here to go for the offense on second down. On the give, this is Drake. He takes this from the 30 to the 34. And here now the defensive starters for Atlanta.
Deion Jones may be undersized at middle linebacker by traditional standards, but in today's game, he's exactly what you're looking for. His speed allows him to outrun many blocks, get underneath them, and make plays against ball carriers and quarterbacks. Also has the ability to drop into coverage. Had a 90-yard interception return for a touchdown in 2016. His speed has been a real key for Atlanta's renaissance on defense.
Third and 2, now Cutler. And he finds Stills, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
We always talk about how important speed is in the game of football. Deion Jones may be an undersized middle linebacker, but his speed allows him to get to just about anywhere on the field and make a play.
And between he and Keanu Neal, the Falcons took the top 2 spots in the NFL in terms of rookie tacklers a season ago. They go play action with Cutler. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Vic Beasley. Not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Vic Beasley is an absolute terror off the edge now. His rookie year only had 4 sacks, but that was because he was playing out of position at defensive end and had a bad shoulder.
So last year, 15.5 sacks. I think he's in the right position now.
They figured out where to put him in the scheme and turned him loose.
Give him 7 on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. Now, prior to the snap, we hit all zeros as time has run out on the first quarter of play. 0-0 our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Dolphins in possession of the football. They are, however, facing a fourth down situation. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line. Reminder that coming up later tonight in the national window, we'll see the Giants travel out to Denver to take on the Broncos. And then tomorrow night, it's the Colts and Titans, an AFC South battle from Nashville.
Both of them have designs on winning that division.
Now Ryan down around the goal line. He's going to loft one deep left side. He's got a man complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. A gain of 39 that time. They go play action here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Play action. Ryan under pressure again, and down he goes again. Ndamukong Suh in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Deep ball for Goodwin. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. Landry now on the return. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So now here come the Dolphins. And this is their 3rd drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a second drive, no first down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
And he finds Julius Thomas. And, oh, a good hit there and knocked down hard right near the 39. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. On first down, it's Cutler. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Parker. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Two minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll check in with Larry Ridley for highlights and analysis of our first half of play. Not too many highlights yet, at least in terms of scoring plays, that is.
Yeah, but hang in there. We might get something these last 2 minutes.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. First down now, but the clock continues to move. They'll throw on first down with Cutler. He dumps it off to Drake. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4. And it'll be a second down. From the gun, it's Cutler. Throw left side complete. That's Drake. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now Cutler on first down. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Thomas. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On first and 10, it's Cutler. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Now it's Cutler. And Stills over the middle. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. To throw again is Cutler. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Green 39.
Throwing again, it's Cutler. Incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Cutler to throw again. And he will find Thomas in the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins. Julius Thomas with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins are in for 6.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Now Ryan on second down. He's going to air one out. And it's intercepted. Picked off by T.J. McDonald. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or 2 and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
It's complete. Stills. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. And this one is right down Broadway. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us wanted to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit. Taking over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final play of the half. It's Ryan. Looking downfield for Jones. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So out come the Falcons now. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot. I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a third down stop by them.
Looks like Ryan's going to stay out there. Indeed, they're going to try for this on 4th down.
Hey, let's go.
They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Lawrence Timmons leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. Down 2 scores. I guess they felt like they needed to go for it. They must have thought they had a play to dial up that they could get it. It didn't work out.
They must have thought, as you pointed out, they had a play, and they were probably looking at the number of possessions that they thought were left in the game. And down 2 scores, they must have felt like they couldn't risk not taking a shot here and giving up that chance.
All right, here we go. Blue,
On 2nd down, Cutler. And Stills has got it. Touchdown, Miami. Kenny Stills, his first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. William Hayes in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now it's Ryan. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the rookie from Clemson, Cordray Tankersley. And he will bring it back It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be. Just because.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. So 5 yards for running into. Lucky it wasn't 15 for roughing.
No doubt about it because they protect the kickers and the guys holding the ball almost as much as they protect quarterbacks in the pocket. They don't want those types of injuries.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe.
And a Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Koamisi in there with pressure yet again. And that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. On second down, Ryan. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Lawrence Timmons. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down. Play action. Cutler. This is caught. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Kenyon Drake, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And certainly some credit there for that touchdown goes to the offensive line.
They never get the credit they deserve in the stat sheet, but they are the reason that they got the points. Excellent job up front, clearing the way for the score.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. And here now come the Falcons. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's third down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them...
And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it here. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he gets this one all the way up to the 40-yard line. 26 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be first down Atlanta. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now Ryan. Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. On first and 10, it's Ryan. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 23. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. They'll start the drive with Drake. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. On second down, it's Drake. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. A good pickup there, a 22. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. On first down, Drake. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. They stay on the ground with Drake. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
On third down, Cutler. And it's caught by Parker. And he's brought down, but following a pretty juke move that gives him the first down. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
handoff for Drake. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. Right back to Drake. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
And he finds Stills, complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Fresh set of downs here. They'll get it to Drake, running left. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. The storyline of this one, Charles, no doubt the number.
Yeah, little fish. I say, Lord, be my savior when it comes to getting this paper. Please protect me from my haters. Just say me